Here's a restaurant that if you don't visit it, you're really missing something. It's called Mattison's City Grille, and it's owned and it's operated by a chef, young chef, Paul Madison. We'll show his picture to you here. It's downtown, right in the middle of downtown. It's outdoors. That in terms of the way it's laid out, you can go there whether it's colder or warmer. He has fans and heaters. It's outdoors. There's no smoke. His food is the best in town. You know, it's. I generally like to have the top ceiling on my entrees about $12, and on my lunch about $7. And you can do that with Paul. You have to choose a little judiciously because his entrees can kind of go up a little bit into the $15, $16, $17 range. But if you just stay at the low end of the range, you can get by on that. You try the appetizers, for example, and there'll be plenty good with the salads, you know, whatever you want. And then if you want to splurge a little bit, you can throw a couple more bucks in, you know. I first ran into Paul Madison 30 years ago. He had a restaurant in Siesta Key called Summer House. And on the downstairs was the kind of swank restaurant that people love to go to, because all around the glass walls was a botanical garden that was just gorgeous and thick and green and tall and just stupendous trees and palms and ferns. And then upstairs it was a kind of bar jazz place, but you could eat there at the bar, and the kitchen was the same, but the prices were under $10 for the bar items, which would be like a grilled steak or something like that, you know, grilled hamburger steak and some vegetables. It was absolutely delicious. And of course, you're sitting up in the trees. And one of the shames of Sarasota is that somehow the condo developers got a hold of it, and he had to move. You really can't have a better time. The crowd is completely mixed. It goes from students to what we call young people, you know, the young business people, up to artist types, and then there's a big crowd there on Fridays and Saturdays, you know. There's that kind of singles crowd, you know, milling around trying to make contact, you know, and it's pretty crowded on the weekends. If you don't get there by 6 or 7 for your meal, it starts to really kind of fill up. And if you like kind of standing around and being squeezed, then it's a really great place, I guess, if you want to meet people. I like to go there for his food and for just the nice breezes that kind of waft along there, and it is excellent service. He has usually people who are students, and they have good manners, and they don't interrupt your dinner, you know, with all those crazy remarks you get in the bad restaurants. And I'll say that's, of all the restaurants that I go to, none of them have these people who keep interrupting you with this, do you like your dinner? Do you like your dinner? How do you like your dinner? Do you like your dinner? You know what I mean? It's the most irritating thing. They keep telling you their name, you know, and they'll be back and they're going to do this. I prefer the silent waiters. We used to call them in the old days the dumb waiters, but they're very smart. And that, in fact, they know if you need something, they keep an eye on you rather than interrupting you all the time. So I'm going to show you. It doesn't happen at Madison City Grille, nor will it happen in any of the restaurants that I recommend, because I wouldn't go to them. You know, I hate that stuff. I just hate it. And if I do have it happen to me, I just never go back to that restaurant again. So these are places where you can have a conversation with other people, where in fact the food is great, the price is good, and you get a nice cross-section of what's happening in Sarasota. So you should make it down to the City Grille, and you can take a look at the blog and the description of this video. You go there and you can get their phone number, and there's a link to MapQuest, so you can find out how to get there if you're way off somewhere on the beach and you don't know Sarasota at all. And plus you can see the other restaurants that some are really just delicatessens with the table, you know, but to me that's good eats, you know. If the food is good and the people are great, they're usually husband and wife's kind of delis, you know. That's a restaurant to me. And it doesn't have to be something with big tablecloths and shiny silverware and head waiter and then all the other waiters are the busboys. It's just mom and pop, and that's what we want. We want something where people like feeding other people. There's something about that. There's the meal, it's both the meal and the ambiance that you get. And there's nothing better than the human ambiance. And the City Grill has a whole lot of that, so I hope you make it down there and you visit some of Paul's other places.
Are we on Lemon Avenue?
Yeah.
Okay, Lemon and Main.
You know Paul Madison, don't you? The guy who owns it, the young chef?
They're all called Mattison'S after Paul Madison, who owns them all. Yes. Not that many, but this one's great. This is my favorite because it's always active in downtown Sarasota, and the people who come here are all kinds of people, different ages. Some of them bring their dogs, some of them bring their babies and leave their dogs home. And there's music most of the time, live music, and people dance by themselves with each other. It's just a lively place, and mixed stages, which is always nice. I like it. The food's great too. It's great. It's Paul Madison's food, and the waiters are always very nice and knowledgeable and helpful. The wait people, male and female, and get out of my mouth so I have room for the food. Yes.
We were so hungry, we forgot to take some pictures of what we ordered. And we're almost halfway through it now. But Joan had a Swiss bacon burger, rare, which is great. They make a great one here. It's reasonably priced. But I had the antipasto misto, which is all kinds of cold cuts and cheese, and it's not drowned in any vinaigrette. It's just nice and it's dry with just a little bit of moisture to it. It's nice. So anyway, we're halfway through. Nice hot bread, you know. So how can you go wrong? Right here, outdoors in Sarasota, where all the elite meat. Look, you want to say something about your meal, about your hamburger? Joe?
No, I'm busy eating.
Let's see.
I know if I divert my attention for even a minute, you'll finish my.
Go ahead. Let's see. Take a big bite out of that now.
Ah.
Let it go. Look at it. Wants it right into the big burger.